Hello everyone, welcome back to another What If story. Today we are going to be covering What If Turles was on Vegeta Squad with part 7 of the series. But before we begin, make sure to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy the content. It will only motivate me to continue doing more content. But with all that said, let's begin. In the last part, the Buu Saga and the Battle of Godzark was covered. Turles not only got new abilities, but also became the first Super Saiyan God. But Turles wasn't really fond of the Super Saiyan God's power, cause it was given to him. Yeah, he used to eat the Tree of Might fruits, but he doesn't really do that anymore. And he liked getting power on his own, like him learning new abilities, like the time skip, and his Yardratian abilities. What would happen in the resurrection of F arc? How will this arc go? Find out now. Goku, Vegeta, and Turles would start training on Beerus' planet, and the three Saiyans was able to get Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Blue earlier thanks to there being another person on Beerus' planet. And Turles would actually be more fond of Super Saiyan Blue than Super Saiyan God, because he actually achieved this form on his own, so he'll try to use Super Saiyan Blue way more. Whis would try to teach the three Saiyans Ultra Instinct, but the Saiyans notice that they are not suited for this technique. Well, Turles and Vegeta at least, but Goku is actually the closest to achieving the technique. And soon, when Beerus wakes up, he notices that Turles and Vegeta isn't really training with Whis at the moment. Vegeta is trying to combine his evil Saiyan form with his Super Saiyan Blue form, so Vegeta has a transformation he is aiming for, but Turles does not. He thinks Super Saiyan Blue is just his max. But Beerus does walk up to Turles. Beerus can tell that Goku and Vegeta is training for something stronger than Super Saiyan Blue, but Turles isn't. So Beerus would ask Turles, what is he training for? But Turles' answer is just, he doesn't know. So Beerus decides to test Turles' power. Turles would use Super Saiyan Blue and would rush at Beerus, but Beerus just tosses around Turles until he tires out. Beerus tells Turles that whatever Whis is teaching Goku is not the only godly technique that could be attained. He will not teach Turles, but if there is something Turles likes, he is more than welcome to steal it. Now Turles starts overwatching Beerus' training, and soon Turles does get a handle of God of Destruction techniques, like Kakai for example. Turles would destroy a part of Beerus' planet, but this gets him a hit on the head, as Beerus yells at Turles for destroying a part of his planet. Beerus would tell Turles that this is not how you use the technique. Don't use it until you get control of the technique. Beerus would say. Turles would nod, as he continues to watch Beerus' training. Soon Frieza is revived and he goes to Earth, with his new power, Golden Frieza. All of Frieza's men will attack Piccolo, Gohan, and all the other Z-Fighters will arrive. And as Gohan and the other Z-Fighters attack Frieza's soldiers, Piccolo approaches Frieza, getting into a fighting stance, and tells Frieza that this battle is not going to go like last time. But Frieza just laughs, as he tells Piccolo he doesn't really know how strong he has really become, but Piccolo would just kick Frieza out of his chair, saying that he talks too much. As Piccolo beats Frieza down, Piccolo would use an evil explosion, but Frieza was able to counter the attack by powering up into his space form. Frieza and Piccolo would clash, and the two would be at a similar level of power. But Piccolo is a little stronger, so this pushes Frieza into Golden Frieza. Piccolo, seeing this power, would power up, showing his ultimate form. Frieza and Piccolo would clash once again, but this time Piccolo has the advantage. Frieza is beating down on Piccolo, and Frieza would continuously use Death Beam on Piccolo. But before a deadly shot hits Piccolo, Gohan sacrifices himself, getting hit by the Death Beam. Gohan would drop to the ground, and Piccolo would be shocked to see Gohan sacrifice himself for Piccolo. Piccolo would yell Gohan's name, but he is unresponsive. Frieza would laugh, saying that Gohan was a fool for jumping in the way. Nothing will change, but this is where a symbol of the Namekian tree would appear behind Piccolo. He will be emotionless as he picks up Gohan and gives him to the other Z-Fighters. Piccolo will look at Frieza, with his skin turning orange, before he walks up to Frieza. Frieza would laugh. What does Piccolo think that he could do against him? But Piccolo would just pull his fist back and punches Frieza so hard that he is thrown into space. Frieza will land back down, and Piccolo would be surprised by his power. And thanks Shenron for this power boost. Frieza would get up, powering up as he rushes at Piccolo. The two would clash, but Piccolo is barely trying against Frieza. Now Frieza would be tired out as he de-transforms back into his base, and Piccolo just laughs, as he then says that Frieza will pay for killing Gohan, as he powers up a special beam cannon, as he fires the attack at Frieza, and then Piccolo shoots out a Masenko to finish off the Tyrants. Piccolo would power down, Glad that the battle is over, the Dragon Balls will be summoned to wish for Gohan to be revived. Now Gohan is revived and he decides to get back to training. He is embarrassed by his death. He couldn't do anything against Frieza. That is the reason he sacrificed himself, because Piccolo was the only chance the Earth got to defeat Frieza. If he was strong enough, he would have been able to defeat Frieza alone. He needs to get stronger, so he asks Piccolo to train him. So Piccolo and Gohan goes into the time chamber. They will go in there for 3 years, and Gohan will be able to transform into Super Saiyan 2 once again. But he needs a new power. Gohan doesn't know how he would unlock this power, but Piccolo got an idea. Maybe the source of Gohan's new evolution in power might be rage. So Piccolo in the time chamber will power up into his orange form and just beats down Gohan. Piccolo doesn't really want to do this, but he knows that he has to do this to help Gohan. So Gohan is beaten down by Piccolo, and Gohan would think that Piccolo is Frieza. Gohan would tell Piccolo to stop, but Piccolo would just act like he was angry at Gohan's decision. No, this is disappointing to him, to see him not be able to defend himself. Piccolo would then fire a special beam cannon at Gohan. Gohan would also send a special beam cannon at Piccolo, as the two attacks collide, but it's clear that Piccolo has the advantage. Gohan would then ask Piccolo to stop, but Piccolo would say no. Then he will tell Gohan, if he doesn't push this attack back, Gohan will die once again, and he won't be able to be brought back for a year, and all the Z fighters will view him as a weakling. Gohan would think about this situation. If only he was able to kill Frieza, all of this would have been avoided. Gohan would start to yell, and Piccolo would smirk. Gohan's eyes will turn red, and Piccolo would notice this, yelling at Gohan to do it. Release your true power. Gohan would let out one final yell as his hair grows to a crazy length. The two attacks will explode, and when the smoke clears, Gohan is now in a brand new transformation. Piccolo smirked, saying that Gohan has done it. He broke through his limits. Gohan would look at himself and smiles. This is Gohan Beast. Now before anyone says it, the Beast form is not limited to the ultimate form. At least, that's what I think. Because I think that we would have seen the form for somebody else in Dragon Ball Heroes by now. Like Time Patroller Goten, for example. He has the ultimate form, but right now, he doesn't have the Beast transformation. So I'm gonna say it's not linked to the ultimate form. Gohan and Piccolo would exit the time chamber with their new level of power. Dende and Popo would be shocked. It's like Gohan and Piccolo are completely different people. And this upgrade is needed because the Universe 6 tournament is starting and they are on the team. So the team consists of Goku, Vegeta, Turles, Gohan, and Piccolo. And it's safe to say that Universe 7 is overkill. A Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, a Super Saiyan Blue Goku with the basics of Ultra Instinct, Turles with the basics of God of Destruction abilities, as well as Time Skip that could make it look bad at his job, a Piccolo who has the same level as the 3 Saiyan, and a Gohan who is almost stronger than them. It's sad to say, but Universe 6 doesn't stand a chance, but Turles and Hit will grow a rivalry since they do have similar abilities. So Hit asks Turles to come train with him sometime, and Turles agrees. Vegeta would also want to visit Planet Zadala. After seeing Kaba, Goku and Zeno would become friends, and the arc comes to an end. Now next is the Goku Black arc. It's been a while since I did an actual Goku Black arc, so let's actually do one. But this is where we are going to leave it off for right now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, then make sure to give it a like, and subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed the content. And while you're at it, you can follow all my social media links and gaming channel that are linked in the description below. But with all that said, I'll see you all in the next video. See ya, and until we meet again.